It's Tuesday the 29th of March. We'll start the day in a slightly unusual way in that I'm going to announce that I've received resignation letters from two members. We'll then go on to oral questions. Barbara Edmonds to the Minister of Finance about reports on the economy. Tiana Tuiono to the Minister for COVID-19 about at-risk communities. Tamati Coffey to the Minister of Social Development about income support changes that are occurring this week. Christopher Luxon to the Prime Minister about whether she stands by all her government statements and actions. Maya Lubeck to the Associate Minister of Education about student achievement in maths and literacy. Nicola Willis to the Minister of Finance about the cost of living. Greg O'Connor to the Minister of Transport about supporting New Zealanders with fuel costs. Mark Mitchell to the Minister of Police about gangs. David Seymour to the Prime Minister whether she stands by her government statements and policies. Anna Lork to the Minister of Emergency Management about the Tairāwhiti and Hawke's Bay floods. Raruri Waititi about competition in the grocery industry. And the Honourable Louise Upston to the Minister of Social Development and Employment about long-term job seekers. We then have one question to a member, Melissa Lee, to the Chair of the Economic Development, Science and Innovation Committee about the inquiry into the review of Radio New Zealand Charter. We'll then go on to business, the first reading of the appropriation confirmation and validation bill for this year. There's no debate, and we'll then move on to the Ngāti Maru Taranaki Claims Settlement Bill, the third reading in the name of Andrew Little. After that, the Taxation Annual Bill, third reading in the name of David Parker. The Te Kahui or Matariki Public Holiday Bill, second reading in the name of Kiritapu Allen, and the Government Notice of Motion number 2, which is debating the COVID orders under the Health Response Act 2020. Probably finish there about 10 o'clock tonight. We'll be back at 2 o'clock tomorrow for another sitting, but select committees will be sitting on Wednesday morning.